like to call the May 4th work session to order. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second motion.
I have a motion and a second to call the May 4th work session to order. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? At this time, we'll have a discussion of the May 11th school board meeting agenda. At that time, I will not be present. My father passed, and his father will be taking over at the board meeting next Monday. First, we'll have the call to order Macomb School District Vision and Mission Statement. 30 seconds of silence, adoption of the agenda, technology update. Mr. Biggs.
Would y'all like me to do this tonight or next Monday? Yes, sir. So I have two things for the board this evening. We actually started a new help desk ticket we put in place as of April 23rd. So just to show you, since it's been in use, we've actually added 47 completed tickets with currently about 15 that are outstanding. And that was when I ran it off this morning. As of this afternoon, we probably added 10 to 12 of those that we've completed since then. So we're going to have a better way of tracking. The other help desk system would go down continuously, or we have issues with logins for teachers and other people. So we've introduced something new, which is actually letting our track our tickets, our corrections, a lot better than we have before. I also wanted to pass out what's happened since last month. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. We've had a few things happen that were big events here in the district. So I'm going to mention those very briefly tonight. I don't want to keep anybody, but at the same time, I want you to know what's going on. So after the last board meeting, we actually had a port on our firewall that went down, which caused a district-wide outage for a day. It took us about 17 hours to get the company in hand so we could figure out how to correct and get it back up and running, which we did. And actually the equipment is set up and running better than it was prior to that happening. We also had Energy turn off the electricity for the west side of Macomb, which shut down the internet again during testing. During the afternoon, we were able to work with the Department of Education and get our kids finished the next day, so we were able to take care of that issue as well. We had a cybersecurity incident that we don't yet know if we've been affected or not. One of our vendors, Instructure, who provides Canvas and Mastery Connect to us, had a data breach. So I'm waiting to get more information from them so I can determine what the best next course would be. Since our logins aren't actually kept, we log into ClassLink to those programs. They don't actually have actual accounts and passwords. So I think it's going to be less likely that we have information that we share that should, other than possibly email addresses. But I'm waiting for them to send me an actual data report so I can find out what was shared. Also, I know we've asked about it. We've currently finished our E-rate filing for our Category 1 expenses. That was actually completed this morning. So we've set up reimbursement for about $112,000 starting July 1. That'll cover our ceasefire and need fiber for the next school term. So I was able to finish it, did the last of the paperwork taken care of here this morning, and also met with Mr. Big. We have a meeting, or I have a meeting on May 20th with the Department of Education to work on our Category 2 resources for the following school year as well. So we've got that in place and have that actually happen in the next couple weeks. Y'all have any questions y'all would like to ask me this evening?
On the, did I hear you say that you completed the Category 1, right?
Category 1 for the next school term, which is fiscal year 26 for E-rate is complete. Yes, sir.
Has been submitted.
It has. 471 and 46 forms have been submitted as of today. So we've already got approval back for them.
You got that?
We've already got approval back for those expenses already.
Okay. The balance from the budget area between technology and district maintenance, has that been corrected?
It will be for next school term. Ms. Hall is working on making sure that the correct software and program money follows it. Will be set up for our next school budget starting with our next fiscal year.
Okay. But my concern is what I'm trying to ask. If the corrections still have to be made in the making the corrections, will that correct, the past year's budget?
Actually, there's no mistakes. We can spend the money out of those accounts like we did. There's no issue with the accounts that we're spending in. The issue is more with tracking. It's not where the money came from, what account it came out of. They're all legal. Every account that we used or was used prior to me being in this position, they were okay. But the issue becomes, if you look at my budget, you see a number that's a lot larger than it should be, because a lot of it is curriculum purchases. It's software that's being used by the schools. So I asked Mr. Dick and Ms. Hall to address that next school term, so that when we spend money for infrastructure or upgrades, you have a clearer picture of what's being spent on actual technology and not being spent on curriculum use for our students. Now, that's still going to come out of the Stokey's part curriculum's budget. There's still going to be a way to track it. And up to this point, it was 100% legal the way it was done. We just want a better way of looking at it to make sure that we have a clearer picture for how we spend money in the future.
Okay, well, my reason for asking is because I'm looking at it from an audit,
Yes,
an auditor perspective.
nothing that was spent out of those accounts would break any audit rules. They were legally spent the way they were.
Thank you, Mr. Biggs.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
With me.
Mr. Biggs,
Oh, yes, ma'am.
The power outage will be notified prior, or was this a spontaneous outage?
It was an after the fact. Mr. Vick and I talked about that. We actually reached out to Energy, our maintenance department did, after the fact to make sure that didn't happen again.
No, they didn't let us know, but we made contact with them. We informed them whenever they have a scheduled outage, we need to know, we can plan ahead and power down when we need power down.
Because it affected every one of our schools on this side of Macomb, took the internet down for the whole school district. And actually, it took one of Unity's switches out, which took me about 7 o'clock that night to get it back up and running. So it would have been really great to have known about that ahead of time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Biggs.
Yes, ma'am.
Next, on Monday's work agenda, we're gonna have recognition of service and contributions of Mr. Rashad Taylor, Pike County Coroner, recognition of service and contribution of Macomb School District Police Department, Everett Schools, Higgins, and Everett School Denver. Next, we'll have a review of the minutes. Any questions or concerns about the minutes? Next, we have review and approval of financial statements. Any questions or concerns? Next, we'll have review and approval of claims docket. Any questions or concerns? Dr. Burks?
One is, the claim, and I guess this person would be more, befitting for sped, or is on the services for the speech pathologists and one, we have two that are significantly costly. Is there a difference between the services that they provide?
Which one are you referring to?
I think it's the Miss Tanika and the outsourcing of the speech services. He's saying they're different.
So, all the speech services are contracted out with having speech pathologists on staff for the district. And in order to that, but those funds come out of, the state district fund, in order for us to manage that. So, that's what those contracted services.
Okay, I guess my question relates to, we are contracting it out, one, but then we have two. Are they doing the same thing, or why is it just one?
We have a very large caseload of language, children that require language services. And so that's why it requires two, and one of the vendors, she's also providing services and doing all of the evaluations. office.
Okay, so it's the quantity of students that serve.
Look on page 13 and 15.
Any more questions about the claims side? That's all.
It's not, we're not really saying, it's a large amount, are we looking at hiring full-time,
Yes, now, we want to, if we can find somebody that, relevant and certified, we probably without doubt. But, this route here allows us to continue to serve our students now. Again, we always are looking to hire somebody who can have.
Oh, there was one other, claim docket number 848021. It's actually, I see it as, out of the federal funds. What is the, services they're providing? 848021 on page 1215.
That's a, I want to say Harvard Education Consultant that's coming out of the title funds. And I want to say that she may she worked with staff, but she may work with teachers, maybe, but I should get more details. That's a, consultant company working with some of the, basically.
She works with both.
Oh, wow.
She works with teachers and she works with students, to pull out.
So how many different, I guess, speech or companies do we have working for the district? Is that gonna be Small Talk, Dynamic, and Rise and Shine?
Yes.
Any more questions? At this time, we have the report in business of the superintendent.
Thank you, Madam President. Report and presentation, business of the superintendent. 13A, we have our monthly report, teacher attendance, and we're going to break down this report. B, we have the consent agenda.
Any questions or concern about the consent agenda?
Next C, we have the regular agenda. Number one, approval of policy revision.
Any questions or concerns? Ms. Hawkins?
Want to know, my first year, why are these items located at work?
Yes, ma'am. We have to provide a certain amount of money for what thing. Do I feel appropriate? Yes, ma'am.
That's not that.
Number two, approval of candidate anywhere.
Any questions or concerns?
Number three, approval of Kindle bus boost program.
Any questions or concerns?
Number four, approval of ABSI add-on cost.
Any questions or concerns?
Of course.
Dr. Gordon?
How are we submitting a contract, acceptance of a contract that is not, current?
Well, Dr. Burris, when we first, had our regular contract, with this company, and this is what our SRO office used to file all the report, incident report, and then connect with the, police department, with the sheriff department. When the first invoice we received did not include the setup cost. It was just the, amount that we were gonna use for the service for the year. But there was a setup cost and a training cost that was not included. So and they provided the setup and training. So we do need to go back and, add that in so we have to pay those fees.
I understand that. But what I'm saying
Right, and this contract does not include the setup cost. We have a separate one, when we went back and did, that's what a setup cost.
Okay, so that's what, in my opinion, should have been attached to this, concern, or not. I mean, that's, because if I'm gonna approve it, I'm gonna approve what's accurate.
So, Mr. Vick, just for clarity, this has already been done,
Correct, yes, ma'am.
and it was not included in what we approved.
No, ma'am, the setup cost was not including what we approved. And we can go back and get all of the original attachments, clerk, send out all boards.
Any more questions? Ms. Martin?
And I was just reading, what's at the end of the invoice, where it says something about a one-time setup fee of $3,000 to include setup and training.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that what we're gonna be paying?
Yes, ma'am, that's exactly what we're gonna be paying.
So that's what I'm saying, see what I'm saying, it should have been identified there, and then if they're gonna send an invoice as such, why would you put it as a footnote?
Right.
That should have been a here so we can see.
Yes, sir.
And where it's coming from. They're coming from this.
Yes, so we would get all of the attachments in the clerk, say, Dr. Bird. But it is coming from the district, correct, Tom?
Yes, sir, and they just quote out the, services, so we have not been invoiced yet, so it's just a quote, but it's coming out the, SRO budget. And that's the district budget, yes, sir.
So, I think that's the issue that we're having. If this has not happened, right? They have not done the training, they have not installed this,
No, they have done the training, they have to do the stuff.
but that's not what she just said. Because if that's the case, the date should be different.
No, that's the quote, they haven't invoiced us for anything.
So we going back on the quote. So who will bring this to the attention to get placed on the agenda? I think that's where the confusion part.
So, we received, the first one they got it board approved. So when they put the PO in and everything, it was more than what was board approved. Cause, we board approved, the total amount was like $90,000, I think. But it was only approved, board approved for 6. So, I told them I couldn't move forward until everything's board approved. They left this part out of the startup cost on the original board approved for the contract.
Let's see.
So what was the board approve?
Yeah, it's confusing.
I remember when we approved it, I know we only approved 6,000. I know that part, that's why I personally, because I see that this has been put on here as a footnote.
Right.
That's why I got the problem. And I know that they were supposed to have gone for the training. And yet, I also have asked that this information that's in the content of the services that they supposed to be provided, that they, it also be on the cover page, and it also be included in our, just like we do the daily attendance and enrollment. If we got so many statistics that whatever the SRO have done for that month, then let that be a part of our, board. So that we'll know that, first of all, that the training is effective, that the software platform is being used and is being used correctly, and that we can reference back to this for our records. So that they had to pick up some students and take them to the police station or whatever incidents, or we had so many guns or weapons or whatever. This is what this program is supposed to track, and it's supposed to be able to give us information so that we won't have to be asking these questions. Am I correct? That's the reason why we got it.
Here's my concern, like, I'm here already because, like you said, it's a one-time startup fee of $3,000 for setting the training. That's a big mistake. Something that's already occurred and then we are trying to backfill for $3,000. Like, was it not communicated in the original set up, was it not communicated before the invoice came out? Like, if you know, everything is gonna have a setup fee, so why was it not communicated at the beginning before it even came to the board level?
Now, on that side, I'm not sure.
At this time, excuse me, Ms.
Yes,
Hall.
ma'am.
At this time, I think that we need to take that contract and give it a turn, and that's clear some things up that we won't be going back and forth with some misinformation that none of us are sure about. And the chief not here, so we need to give it a turn today and Chief Brown until we can, get clarity.
There's another question, has Chief Brown been brought abreast of this one, does he know about this?
Yes, ma'am.
He does.
He's the one that really, came to us about this.
Oh, right, yes.
Any more questions at this time? Mr. Mayor?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Madam President. Number 5, approval of Macomb School District 5-year plan.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 6, approval of SLCDP grant RLP bid.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 7, approval of summer meals program.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 8, approval of summer hours.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 9, approval of purchase of SRO patrol unit.
Any questions or concerns?
Yes.
Dr. Burns?
Can you explain that a bit?
Yes, sir. Right now, Dr. Burton, it's just very difficult for our SROs to cover all of the landscape that they need when it comes to traveling with our students to different events, still covering the campus effectively. We lost 2 patrol visits this year that are not capable of being repaired. So we do need at least at least one more unit for just for safety's sake, they can get to campus and provide the service they need for our students after while they're traveling too.
Okay, so I asked that question for clarity because it can go a couple of ways. So I think what we need to say is that approval of SRO patrol vehicle units.
Yes, sir.
So as a vehicle unit or as a human resource
Yes, sir.
officer. So we need to say vehicle.
Yes, sir. No problem. Yes, sir. Number 10, approval of purchase of 2 school buses.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 11, approval of summer ESY staff.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 12, approval of personnel renewed certified superintendent.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 13, approval of contract with educational material specialists.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 14, approval of contract with Rise and Shine.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 15, approval of contract with Savage Learning Company LLC.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 16, approval of contract with Imagine Learning Ingenuity.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 17, approval of contract with Instructional Mastery Connect Assessment Platform.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 18, approval of contract with Accelerate Learning STEM Scholars.
Any questions or concerns?
contract with Curriculum Associates. I read it.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 20, approval of contract with Classwork.
Any questions or concerns?
Of course.
Dr. Earl?
I apologize, on number 19. Are we, this is a clarification. Are we still requiring them to provide us with the resources that comes along with our rating?
We only, we use them for the actual diagnostics, just for K6, and we do not have any, tangible or consumer resources that we use. Everything's online. Also, we use the toolbox on the inside, but of course, it's digital as well. We don't have any tangible items.
So we do have, access to us,
Yes,
as well as.
which is digital.
So that the teachers have, access to that as well.
Yes. They can use it across multiple grades, so if they want to scaffold up, scaffold down, anything, they have the ability to do that.
Okay, so what about the, resources? And I have not been here since I've been actually in it, but it's there, they still have the resources for the parent.
Yes, it has a parent piece in there to where I think you can like print off any letters or anything of that nature. If you're working on a certain unit or something like that, if you want to, whatever you're using in there, it does have some parent pieces in there.
Okay, we have access.
And I have to go back and look, but I know they have some parent information in there. But it's been a minute since I, looked at it to see how it's actually used, but I will for it, and get back to it.
Because I think that would kind of be helpful as well as the parent. It helps generate, it's supposed to help generate if there notifications to parents where they can fit in.
I'm not sure.
Where they need to help work with their children at home.
Yes, sir. Number 20, approval of contract with Classwork.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 21, approval of Summit Elementary Summer School staff.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 22, approval of resolution to rename the Macomb High School Gym.
Any questions or concerns?
Next, we have miscellaneous business. Number 14, personnel recommendations.
Any questions or concerns? Next, at that time, we'll have whether or not we go into closed determination or executive session. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second motion.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Opposed?
I'd like to invite everyone to attend our band concert down at the auditorium. It starts at 6:30. And we also have a flag football game, playoff game versus Florida. It takes place, starting at